Hey everybody, this is Jonathan from Life's the Kitchen. Hey, so this video I want to talk about one of the amazing things that a lot of people do when they figure out their first job. They're looking at their pay, finally being able to afford a life they want, get a car, live in a place without roommates, hopefully. It all depends on what kind of job you got and where you're at and whatever goals you have, right? But one kind of trend that's starting to take off that I don't know if I'm really a huge fan of is this benefit of having unlimited vacation. It sounds great, right? Can you imagine? It's like, man, I could just take off the whole year and not work at all. Totally vacation, go to the beach, go travel all the time. But surely there's a catch, And when you're new to the workforce, a lot of these things, they seem too good to be true, and I kind of think they are. So I'm reading this article, and it's kind of one of those things, my workplace, fortunately, doesn't adopt this, but I have some acquaintances that do recently change, due to mergers or whatnot. And essentially the concept of this, most jobs, you'll start off with, I don't know, depending on your work, you'll get 2 weeks of paid vacation a year. That can include your sick time and any sort of annual leave or paid time off, as we call it, to go, go on vacation, go skiing, go do whatever, right? But this new trend is, you're just like, oh, we don't have no more 2 weeks. It's unlimited. What's the catch? The catch is mainly, there's a lot of downsides. You don't actually earn your time off. When you look at your total compensation package, you are totally paid for your salary, your benefits, and benefits include time off, also includes your health insurance, includes things such as working in a flexible arrangement such as flex space or flex time. And you kind of have a, how would you say, kind of like control of your schedule. Because most places, you're going to be expected to sit at your desk from 8 to 5. I've never understood where the whole phrase of 9 to 5 came from. Because, everybody has to take lunch and you got to work 8 hours a day. So I work for a place that, they allow me to do a kind of a flexible schedule where it's a 980, right? So I get to work my 80 hours in 2 weeks over 9 days as opposed to 10, which is pretty cool. I get every Friday off. 26 extra vacation days a year. At least that's how I view it. So when we're talking about vacation, 2 weeks is not much. It's 40 hours times 2, right? So it's like if you want to go on a trip anywhere, go home for vacations, go to weddings. A lot of people when they graduate college, that's what they're doing. If they get a place out at, a job in a different state, they're going to be buying plane tickets to come home. And I don't know about you, but that's not the best way to spend your vacation time. It really limits you in terms of exploring new areas. Like if you ever want to go outside the country, 2 weeks just simply isn't enough. So there's a vacation, unlimited vacation, really started with these tech companies, right? So I'm reading here that Netflix, we all know who Netflix is. They started back in 2004. It's kind of a way to entice these bright-eyed college kids, right? They come work for them. It's like, oh yeah, I can take as much time as you want. But the thing is you're never earning your vacation. And let's kind of see, So essentially, in theory, it's good. You would ask for vacation. Your boss, manager, will be like, yeah, that's fine. With the expectation in any salary job that you pretty much work enough to get your job done, right? However, in my experience, it's salaried. I have mixed thoughts about it. It's like salaried positions are, it's never, if you get all your work done in 30 hours, that you get to take 10 hours off. It's 40 hours is a minimum, in my opinion. So when you're talking about vacation, it's unlimited vacation, you're still kind of confined to, not taking it if you have work to do. Does that make sense? So you can't just blow off your job on vacation. Your manager just simply isn't going to approve it. So kind of looking through this article here, I'm looking at a blog post that someone read, but it is, I think it's trying to change the culture in America, right? And I don't know if it's working. Essentially, the Americans tend to work more than any other industrialized country on the planet. You know, we don't have any benefits such as, a lot of other countries will have, you know, mandated by the government maternity and paternity leave. That doesn't exist here. I will have to look into it, but I don't even think sick leave is mandated at the federal or state level. So everybody's vacation policies is kind of more or less a a goodwill gesture by the your employer, right? And I don't really agree with that. So when you look at unlimited vacation, just looking at these points here, a lot of people felt that when you earned your vacation, a lot of times you were kind of pressured not to use it, and that your vacation days were being lost because a lot of places they have these what they call use it or lose it. That means if you don't use your earned vacation in the year in question, you will essentially just forfeit that time. You don't get paid for it, you just lose it and you have to start over. A lot of places they will allow for depends. Some places will allow for the rollover. So if you only use 20 hours one year and you go, you can roll over 20 hours that you've earned into the next year. So you could have potentially 60 hours type of deal. Not many places ever pay out your excess vacation. So when you're talking about unlimited vacation, it's saying, a lot of people say it kind of backfired. It actually encouraged employees to take less time off because there wasn't really guidelines on kind of how it was expected to be managed. And when you look at our culture, everybody has this mindset of keeping up with the Joneses, right? And that goes in the workplace as well. If you are a new employee, you're going to try to do your most you can to impress your supervisor, impress your coworkers. And people know when those are pulling their weight or not. They will realize when somebody's taking off too much vacation. So what do people have the inclination to do? They will not take that vacation for fear of having the perception they're not getting their work done and they're not performing as well as somebody who is okay not taking their vacation. And to me, that's just messed up. Vacation time is an earned benefit in any adult level style job, right? I'm talking white collar jobs where it's mainly cubicle based, and it doesn't matter. I mean, I've worked so many different places. I've gone to the mindset where I've earned it, I'm going to use it. It's like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm guilty for using my time off. And, I'll do another video talking about how the expectations of people the workplace has on when you're on vacation. A lot of times, I'll go into it, but kind of what should you expect and how do you be responsible about it? So, a lot of places, it's really about the company policy on how you're going to handle the unlimited vacation. But a lot of times, I think the biggest drawback with unlimited vacation is you're going to have the unclear guidelines. So you're never going to know how to use it. And you're never, like I said earlier, you're never going to know when or how much you accrue. So say you ever leave your job. You can't say, hey, I got 10 days in the bank of vacation. In most places, when you leave that job, they will pay out vacation. With an unlimited vacation policy, how many days do you think you have in a bank when you ever leave that company? Unlimited? No, that makes no sense. It's zero because you technically didn't earn anything. It's an ongoing kind of meter, right? So I will much rather be an advocate for having a very generous time off bank, where you're earning, in my case, 3 weeks a year plus sick time in a year, and I can roll over a healthy amount into next year. So if I want to plan a month-long trip abroad sometime, I can. And that's something I want to plan to. A lot of companies, you got to look at these things. A lot of companies, they don't encourage that. You'll never be able to do that because they just don't have the policies in place for you to take that much time off. So while unlimited vacation sounds great, I think it has that backwards, reverse psychology mindset where you're actually taking off less time. And reading about studies here is showing that companies that offer unlimited vacation, people tend to work more than those that actually had a vacation bank prior. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on this. I don't know how many of you have experienced this trend. A lot of it's in the tech sector, and I kind of hope it stays there. And I kind of hope you can always have the option for a time off bank. But those are just some things to, there's always that hidden meaning behind these good benefits in the workplace, and, just something to be aware of. Look into it, And really, when it comes down to the job, it's all about the culture. I mean, if you have an unlimited vacation policy and the culture is amazing and everybody use it responsibly, great. But I feel like a lot of places it's just not the case. So in my upcoming videos, I want to talk more about kind of, real life situations that happen in the workplace. Because I've lived it. I'm out of school, and I feel like I've learned a lot, and I want to kind of get your guys' feedback, as well as hopefully kind of help somebody new to the working industry and seeing, what your experiences are. So feel free to leave a comment, and I look forward to talking about my next topic. Until then, take care.